Hey everyone, this is my friend Dan. Today we're going to make French press coffee. So why do you want to learn how to make coffee today, Dan?
I want to learn how to make a coffee with a French press because I want to do something at home that's a little bit above the bar of normal drip coffee or restaurant coffee or whatever. And we have one of those Keurig things at home, and it's kind of broken now, so it'd be nice to learn a new way to make coffee.
Cool. So let's get to it. So what we have for everything you need for making French press coffee is our French press, our mug, our decanter, our coffee, a spoon, a scale, timer, and our hot water.
That's a lot.
Now these things you don't all need, but since we're here at Reich Coffee and you said you want to make something a bit nicer for home, I thought we'd go full out and make it a lot nicer, you know?
Right on.
So for the first steps you need to do, you need to preheat everything. So with that, you need to preheat your French press. You have our hot water here. Do about, right there is good. Preheat your mug. Preheat your decanter.
Yo.
The reason I'm doing this is to keep everything hot. When you pour the coffee you just made into a mug, it usually gets colder, or the decanter gets cold, and your coffee doesn't stay as hot as you want it to be. So by doing this, we get everything really hot, really nice and warm, so it contains that heat for a longer period of time.
Word.
So now we have it a bit warm. We're gonna get rid of this water. So you can pour it back into the mug, keep the mug nice and hot. We're gonna put this to the side, just really close. We're gonna take our preheated vessel, put it on the scale, turn the scale on, and for this we're gonna do coffee ratio to coffee water ratio, about 20 grams of coffee, or if you're at home, if you scoop or like a teaspoon, or like a little teaspoon, 2 of those will work. It has to be really coarsely ground coffee. For that, because we're doing a longer steep, this brew is about 4 minutes long. If you have fine ground coffee, it's going to over extract and taste very bitter and not very nice.
So the longer steeping process, the coarser.
Coarser ground, yeah.
Oof.
That's key.
Oof.
So we're going to do, pour our coffee into the vessel.
Wow, it's 20 grams. Look at that.
Now right here, we could pour it into there and be fine, but it's kind of to the side.
Yeah.
The coffee right here won't get wet. So what we're going to do is level it out. Put on the scale. We're going to tare it out or zero it out. Now since we're doing 1 cup of coffee, we're going to brew, for the water, we're going to do until 300 grams of water.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is grab our hot water, get our timer at the same time, put it in 4 minutes. And as soon as this hot water touches the coffee, we press start. The reason for that is we want to keep the time as close to precise as we can.
Okay.
If you go over, it's going to brew too long. If you go under, it's going to brew too short. Brew too long, you get over extracted coffee.
Bitter.
Under extracted coffee, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So we zeroed it out. We're going to pour till 300 grams. Started our timer. Now just pour very vigorously here. Make sure all of the coffee in there gets saturated. We're going to go till 300 grams.
That's vigorous. 270, 280, 290.
We're going to stop. 297.
Perfect.
So our timer's going. We're going to wait 4 minutes. And at the 2-minute mark, we're going to break the crust in the coffee. Because the coffee is sitting at the top here, it's not extracting as much as it could be. So when we break the crust, the coffee from the top gets introduced to the coffee in the body of the water, and then we'll have an even extraction of coffee for the whole brewing process. So now we're going to wait 3 minutes. So we're at the 2-minute mark. We're going to break the crust.
Oh!
Introduce
Nice!
all that coffee.
Man,
Let it go.
it's gonna be a wild cup of coffee.
So we're going to do now is empty the vessel.
Ooh!
The the vessel we're going to decant into. So now we're going to set the timer, get our plunger, put it on top of the coffee, plunge it down. We're going to pour into this.
That easy.
The reason we're doing this is because if we keep the water in there, or if you keep the coffee in there and you pour a cup, it's just extracting for a long time.
Right.
So your first cup will be good, but your second cup or third cup will be over extracted because you're letting the water sit with that coffee that's been extracted for 4 minutes too long.
So if you want to share it or have another cup later, you just keep it in this.
Keep it in this, yeah. It's preheated, so it should stay warm.
All right.
And all we got to do now, empty the water in here. Coffee.
Wow, it's that easy. You know, just in a few simple minutes, you gotta. There it is.
There you go.
Can I?
Yeah.
Wow, what a treat. Here we go. That's coffee. Welcome back to this thing we're doing. And this time I'm going to teach Stu how to make the coffee after he has taught me how to make the coffee. So we have our French press, our timer, decanter, spoon. In front of us is a scale and the hot water. Most importantly, our coarse ground coffee, 20 grams worth, and also a mug. The first thing I want to do is preheat all of our things. The main priority is to keep everything warm because, you know, hot coffee is good coffee. So we got the warmed up mug. Can warm with this little decanter guy. Great. And we're going to do the same for our French press. What a treat. Great. So it's on the scale. Doesn't matter yet actually because this guy is already sufficiently warmed up, even just a little bit. So we're going to empty her out here. Put the French press on the scale. It's already on, so I'm going to tare it or zero it. And then we're going to put in our coffee. And that'll be 20 grams right there. And now, as we went over before, we want to make sure the coffee's level inside of the French press, or else the coffee on the bottom won't get wet. So we're just going to make it bubble. Bada bing, bada boom, right there. Then we're going to zero it. Now I've got my timer set for 4 minutes. I've got my hot water right here. And I want to pour until it hits to 300 grams on my zeroed scale. And I want to start the timer the moment the hot water touches the coffee. So let's do that. Boom. And I want to pour pretty vigorously to get all of the coffee all moving around there. Oh, we're so close. 290 and 298. Cool. Now we just gotta wait a minute and 30 seconds because we are at 3:30 now. And what we're gonna do once we hit that time is we're gonna take our fancy little spoon here and we're gonna use it to break the crust on the coffee, which will have formed by then. And we're gonna do that so that it kind of gets all of the coffee grounds brewing, all of the things in motion.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna make a great cup of coffee. Okay, so we're almost at our 2-minute mark. I'm just gonna get all this water that we had warming up our mug and our decanter out of the way. It's at the 2-minute mark, so I'm gonna take the spoon. Just gonna kind of move it around in there, get that crust broken off. Oh, that's the goods. Maybe just dig a little in there, nice and gentle. Easy does it.
When the door wasn't open, just admit it.
We've got about 15 seconds left here. I'm just going to take it off the scale so that we don't smash it when I plunge it. You know how it is. I'm going to get ready here. We get about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'm going to give her a good old plunge-a-rooney here. Boom. Alright, now we're going to take this this stuff here, and we're going to pour it into the decanter. And you'll be like, Dan, why don't you just serve it from the French press? And I'll be like, well, if you just let it sit there all day long, it's just going to keep brewing. It's going to get bitter. It's going to over-extract.
Yeah.
and you're gonna have some bitter coffee. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. That's
For the birds.
all right. You take a cup of coffee. You got your decanter. Give a little pour. Look at that. My mama said there'd be days like this, you know. That's coffee.